Welcome to Channel AMEC, your insight to the Australian visa system. Good day everyone, my name is Carl Young, your online YouTube visa consultant. Are you interested about migrating to Australia? Why don't you consider to subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell on the side so once about all the updates and news, you'll be the first one getting all the insight. Now I must apologize because all the updates and news recently are not quite good news. In fact, they're all some sort of bad news. Now, didn't I have predicted that the government of Australia is utilizing a way that it described as a chemotherapy towards whatever the new policy they want to introduce? Now we see that now and today with the news in regards to the international students' visas. Now, obviously, they have downgraded 11 universities and more than hundreds of colleges, and also they have jacked up the requirement of English, and a lot of visa refusals has come out, despite they introduced a new so-called genuine student requirement, which is basically a copy of the GTE previously, nothing new. And now today we have received more news, and this is breaking news, whereby potentially by the May fundings that the government is going to introduce through the parliament, where they're looking towards potentially hiking international student fees from the current about $710 up to what, $2,500. Where is that down there? It was somewhere down here. Look at this. Now that's almost, it's certainly double, it's quadruple, almost quadruple, triple and quadruple of the fees. Now obviously, why are they doing this? Because it was introduced by a so-called Grattan Institute, provides such an idea, and by ways that we can tell, obviously the government is lack of money. Now if they know there's going to be limited numbers of international students coming into Australia compared to the previous years, now if the government wanted to balance their balance sheet, well obviously they got to charge more for fewer international student applications then. However, could the university or could the colleges double, quadruple, triple their international student fees? Well, obviously not. So who is the most beneficial characters or positions? Well, still the government. However, it will definitely provide a negative feedback in the industry, provided there has been experience of mass numbers of rejections from any type of nationals around the world coming into Australia. So I don't know, it's gonna be a short-term shake-up. Again, I think for medium long term it will be good. However, this is really not a good news for you who wanted to come to Australia, or perhaps you're required to renew a student visa. $2,500, that is a lot. Now let's check out the Australian Financial Review's article. It also has been highly debated and passed around in the international education industry and sector today, and there has been a lot of criticisms. Well, not from the applicant, but from the education providers, because they can see this will heavily negatively affect the industry. So they plan to slug international students with big increase in visa fees. Now, it's not really a news because they have talked about this last year already. They just seem to be implementing it anyhow. And this will definitely drop a lot of interest in applying for a student visa, especially if they know there's a potential and the high ratio of rejection rate. Then obviously for the customers, who's going to be the parents for the international students, they will really think not just twice but 3 times or 4 times whether they should really throw the money, and that is non-refundable. Okay, so again, it talks about the fees going to be jacked up to $2,500, advocated by the Grattan Institute earlier this year. Grattan suggested an additional revenue could channel into the rental assistance program. Or how would that actually work? And same as this, the editor is questioning how that fee will actually channel through the rental assistance. I mean, if there's less international students coming into Australia, for example, in 2024-2025 financial years, that probably will solve a lot of housing crisis issue. Now, if there's no more crisis, why would they need the money actually channel through the rental system? Don't know how that will work. And plus, the rental system is actually usually the law, the policy is made by the state, not the federal. So how would the federal government control the ratio of dispensing all this fund back to the state governments? That is question mark, and how that will actually facilitate into individual renters around the country. How will that actually work? Don't know. So with the housing crisis and cost of living, the two most palpable issue affecting Labor's chances of being re-elected again. It's all about politics, isn't it? In February, there's more than 700,000 international students, and we talked about equivalent 345 in New Zealand and 285 in US and $170 in Canada and $950 in UK. So how do we compare to all the other countries? They are offering actually much cheaper visa application fees. Should they actually put a cap on the numbers? Well, I don't think they need to do that, because currently the cap is it's basically there are less and less international students enroll into Australian university or institutions, and plus, if you have viewed our video yesterday, the university and colleges is starting with a much stricter admission policy. That means they will take less international students, and that will means there will be a lot of people lose their jobs in the international and education sector there, because they don't need that many people to actually process the admission procedures, enrollment procedures. And there's, if we check out the Federation University, there's half of international students already, so they don't need that many people. They are looking to actually cut 200 jobs there. Now, rejection again, that is also a big issue there. But as we have talked about, it's not just Australia. It's a global phenomenon happening also in New Zealand as well. Canada, US, and UK, all the English-speaking country is experiencing the same thing and implementing similar policies. So would Australia be the first one to jack up their international student fees, and followed by all the other English-speaking countries? Don't know. We'll see what happens. Anyway, should you have more question, query, more than welcome to leave comment right down below, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye.